Believe it or not, Christmas is coming up pretty quickly. And here are a few gift ideas for the gardener in your life. It doesn't have to be necessarily for Christmas. All these ideas would work for Mother's Day, birthday, any day of the year that you may want to give a present. My name's Cara. I'm gardening and homesteading here in Virginia. My husband Ryan, in particular, told me to make this video. He said it would help out some other guys who may be struggling with what to get their wife. Now, it doesn't have to be for a female. It could be for your husband if he likes to garden too. I thought about this for a little while and came up with a couple things that I use on almost a daily basis whenever I'm in the garden that I truly do enjoy. These are all going to be things that if they break, I would replace them with probably the exact same thing or something very similar. The very first thing is a knee pad. This one is mine. It's just basically a big squishy foam pad that you could put your knees on when you're gardening. We have gravel and wood chips in our garden, so having this is really handy. This knee pad is called a knee pad, but I oftentimes sit on it too. It's just nice to have a softer spot to sit on versus sitting straight on the gravel, especially when you're spending a lot of time planting or weeding the garden. This particular one is green, and you can see it's kind of got a few stains on it. We have red hard clay here in Virginia, plus working just in the garden with dirt, it's bound to get dirty. If I was to buy another one, I'd probably buy like a black or dark color that would hide the dirt a little bit better. I do really appreciate that there's a handle. I find that's pretty convenient whenever I'm carrying it because I do keep it inside the house. It just makes it a little bit easier. This knee pad though was very inexpensive. I'll link the one I bought on Amazon in the description box. I'll also link a couple different colors. I do really like how thick it is. It's very comfortable on your knees. Another thing I like about this knee pad is that it's a smooth material. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not slick or leathery. It doesn't stick to your bare skin. If you're a female, then you struggle with this issue, especially if you have a car with leather seats. Whenever you sit down on leather, if you're wearing shorts or a dress or something, sometimes on a hot summer day, your skin will stick to the leather and it's just not a pleasant feeling and it's kind of uncomfortable. This material does not stick to your skin if you're wearing shorts out in the garden. I hope that makes sense. If you know what I'm talking about, then you probably understand. The next item I did not buy on Amazon. My sister actually bought it for me. The next item is a basket. This basket my sister actually picked up for me at Goodwill. It was only like $3 or $5. It's a perfect flower basket for carrying flowers so that your blooms don't get damaged. I have a couple different wicker baskets that look similar to this that my sister picked up for me at Goodwill, and I'm pretty sure each one of them was under $5. There are some baskets that are specifically made for harvesting that you can buy online. I find that these wicker baskets work just as well. The only thing is I don't hose my vegetables down with water when they're in the basket. Traditional harvesting baskets that you can find online are traditionally ones that are made of a material that you can just spray all your vegetables and wash them in the basket before taking them inside. I typically soak my vegetables in a salt water solution or something like that in the sink to get any bugs out, and so I don't hose them down in the basket. I just clean them in my kitchen sink. But some cute baskets. That's another great gift idea that I'm sure your gardening gift receiver would like if they didn't have one already. The next item is a Hori Hori knife. This is the one my husband got for me a couple years ago for Christmas, and I love this thing. It's so handy. It's by the company Fiskars, but I'm sure any brand Hori Hori knife would work too. I really like this knife because it's kind of a multi-purpose tool. It has a sharper tip, which works great for digging in our rocky Virginia clay. It also has a little notch here on the side that works pretty well for cutting twine. It also has a ruler down the middle. The ruler actually is pretty useful. I use that all the time. Sometimes when you're planting things, you need to know exactly how deep it's supposed to be planted. Also, spacing of how far apart from one plant to the next it's supposed to be. And out here in the garden, sometimes measurements can be a little deceiving. Sometimes I just use my hand because I do know that that's a foot and my knuckle's an inch. But this actually comes in pretty handy when you're spacing plants in the garden. One of the reasons Ryan picked this knife in particular is because Fiskars has a lifetime warranty on their products. I'm sure any brand that's similar would work. I'll link a couple different options in the description box. One thing to look out for that I think is kind of important safety-wise, especially when working with something this sharp, is that the metal continues all the way through the handle and the blade. It's not a blade just attached to a wooden handle. There have been shovels and different hand tools that I've bought over the years that when it starts to get weak, the handle will feel like twisty and it's becoming disconnected from the glue or whatever it was used to attach the wood to the blade. But because this is one solid piece of metal all the way through, you won't run into that problem happening. It also has a little bit of a guard here so that when you're digging, you don't accidentally slice yourself because this is a little bit sharp. So if you're planning on buying a Hori Hori knife for your gardening person, just look out for one that has this metal going all the way through the handle so that the longevity is there and it'll last a lot longer for you. And a bonus, it comes with a case. It has a belt loop on it, but I rarely use the belt loop. I normally just stick it in my back pocket. But the case is nice because then I'm not accidentally cutting my pants. Another gift idea is a gardening hat. I really enjoy having this particular gardening hat. It's got a cute little bow on the back and it velcros so you can just slide it on and off. One of the biggest reasons I like it personally as a mom is that the brim is wide enough that it shades the baby if he's in the carrier on front of me. And I like that the top is open. I often have my hair twisted up into a bun on the top of my head, and it's so hard to find a hat that has enough space that it can accommodate the bun on the top of my head, and having it open like this is really nice. It also came with a string for a necktie. I just never attached it, but it would attach to these little black tabs here on the inside of the hat. This hat I got on Amazon. Again, I'll link it in the description box. This hat also is very foldable. You can like squeeze it all up. It's not gonna lose its shape or become morphed and get like a weird kink in it or something. So that's really nice. I really like this. My mom actually has the exact same hat and she enjoys it too. The Velcro on the back is also nice because you can adjust the size if you have a larger head. And I have a lot of thick curly hair, and it's hard finding hats that can accommodate this when the hot Virginia humidity is at its fullest. I plan on having Ryan sit down and do a gift idea video for the homesteader man, farm guy, and come up with some ideas for gifts that he really enjoys and things he likes. That way, if you're having trouble coming up with a gift for a guy who likes outdoorsy, homesteady kind of stuff, we can have a few suggestions that might help you out. So be on the lookout for that video. It'll be coming soon. The last gift idea is over here by the house. This rain gauge is the last gift idea. It also has a thermometer on the bottom. I think it's really cute. It has a little bird on the top, and the copper metal is really aesthetically pleasing. I like it a lot. It's fun for not only me, but the kids too. They enjoy coming out here and reading the temperature and seeing how much rain we've gotten the previous day if we've had a rainstorm. This one Ryan purchased for me on Amazon. I'll link it in the description box. But there's lots of different options for rain gauges out there. There's the cute ones that look like this, and there's also ones that are way more high-tech that have all sorts of gizmos and can attach to your phone. I may end up getting one of those one day too, but I'll always want to keep this one in the garden because I just like the way it looks too in the garden. And it has inches on one side and centimeters on the other. There's just this cute little bird here on the top. Other great gift ideas are plants, and in the middle of winter, most people aren't planting, so gift cards or pre-ordering a special rose or something is always a great idea. But you do want to make sure that the person you're buying the plants for has room to plant it, because they will have to take care of that plant and make sure that that's something they like in their garden. Now, whoever you're buying the gifts for, I'm sure would appreciate a gift card to different nurseries or online plant stores. David Austin Roses and Heirloom Roses are two of the rose websites I buy roses from quite often. They have beautiful, gorgeous roses. You can't go wrong with a beautiful rose. Or supporting your local nurseries and small businesses near you. You could get a gift card to one of those places for the loved one in your life. These are just some ideas to get you started. All the ideas I mentioned are fairly inexpensive. I'll link them all in the description box like I mentioned. One thing I want to encourage you with is no matter what gift you're giving, as long as you're thinking about the person you're giving it to, I'm sure they'll love it. I hope these gift ideas helped you come up with some ideas for the gardener in your life, and be on the lookout for those future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like today's video if you enjoyed it. My name's Cara again, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.